Hey everyone, sorry it was late. See, you guys are chatting in here. Can you hear me okay? All right, it says I have 0 viewers, but I see people chatting in here. Now it says I have 14. So it went from 0 to 14. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's see who's all here. I am so ready. Buff Clary's ready. Charles is ready. Sarah. Well, I don't know if I'm doing great work really. I'm just reading what's on this court document. What have I been saying? I said the last thing Fiona wants is is for this to go to court and for Richard Gadd to reveal what he has. This is already bad enough. Now, imagine how bad it's going to be if he has to submit the voice messages. Man, oh man. You know how humiliating that's going to be for her? I mean, one side of me thinks that just from these just from the emails leaked in these court documents, that an attorney may be like, I don't want to touch this case. But of course, an attorney is always going to look for a legal loophole and not really care that much about public opinion if there's a way they can make money. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me scroll down to the most recent comments. Woohoo! Yep. Sky Palmer, how are you doing? All right, Sky Palmer says I'm loud and clear. So I'm going to take her on her word unless she's a liar. And then I go through this entire live stream where you guys can't hear me. So it's her fault if you can't hear me. Man, oh man, my vision is so bad. I used to have perfect vision. Over the last few years, it just gets worse and worse. Now it seems like every time I have to read, I have to put these readers on. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and pull. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, I hope not. But I don't know. You might be. I hope Scott Palmer isn't a liar like Fiona. But what if you are? I guess if you're lying, then everyone else is going to have a problem hearing me. It's going to be all your fault. All right. Mighty Mouse is a huge Piers Morgan fan. When is the his newest video going to come out about these court documents? It's not scheduled for today, right? He goes live. It's like, I think it's like 8 p.m. UK time, which is like 3 p.m. my time. He's not having a video out today, is he? Because when he does release a video, I'm going to need to cover it. Andy, who's that? Andy Signor, who's that? Buried it? Nah. No, Piers won't bury it. There's too many views. Even if Piers is proven wrong, he doesn't care. He really doesn't have a dog in this fight either way. He doesn't really care what. Let me tell you what Piers Morgan wants. Piers Morgan wants whatever's going to bring in the most views. He will easily switch his position. He doesn't care. He doesn't have any type of favoritism towards Fiona or against Fiona. He just wants to get the most views as he can. Okay. Yeah, I saw him go over this yesterday. But I mean, he's not even good at doing the Fiona accent like I am. Okay, so who wants me to read in a Fiona voice or my regular voice? We'll probably go. I've got 35 viewers in here. If I start doing the Fiona voice, I'll probably drop down to like 5 viewers in like a minute flat. Yeah, these emails are insane. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. Like I just said, if this court case is not thrown out and he admits those voicemails, they're going to come out and they're going to be public and they're going to be on the internet forever. It doesn't matter if they try to take it down. As soon as those go to the internet, people are going to start downloading it. And they'll plaster it all over the place. And she's going to be even more humiliated than she already is. This is what I said at the beginning. She does not want this stuff to go public. Because even though, yes, she's a pariah right now, but she's going to go from just a regular pariah to like public enemy number 1. Can I open the attachments? Well, this is just a PDF file that I scrolled down. So I'm not actually opening anything in here. But yeah, I can scroll these. But I don't have the... let me know if anyone in here knows how I can get... Let me find this. What they call exhibits. Like the email exhibits. Andy was actually reading some of those. But I don't know how to get those. I just had a viewer send this to me. Man, I hope this does not get me in trouble on my channel. I don't want to get a strike on my channel for some of this content. See right here it says Exhibit 1. How can does anyone know how I can actually get these? If I can get these exhibits, I'll make a video and go over it. Let me go back to the beginning. All right, let's see. Margaret, I don't think that's the case. You know what I think? I think Piers is just trying to get views for his channel. Either way. I don't think he has a dog in the fight. I don't think he's favoring Fiona or Netflix. I think he just wants views. I mean, I'm not saying that he's necessarily being dishonest. He might really honestly feel how he feels. But no, I don't think he really cares that much either way, as long as he's getting the views are worthwhile for his channel. I mean, yeah, I mean that's the goal of any journalist. Every journalist really just wants to be the first one to break news if they can. And that's always good. I mean, assuming that what they're saying is actually true and not just, a fabricated lie. I don't even think he set her up. I mean, I do think he probably thinks she is nuts, but she did want to come out and talk. She didn't have to. My advice to her would have been, don't go public, because this interview now is all over the place. If she had not done that, if somebody was lying about me, what I would do is I would just go to an attorney quietly, and I would let my attorney do the talking. No, that's not Piers Morgan. That was an email from 2014. That's another Piers. Yeah, I'll go over that. You'll see the email says 2014. Oh no, it's Joel. Joel, I don't want you coming in here yelling at everyone, starting fight. What's up, man? Did you finish the series yet? Because I know you said you watched the pilot episode. It's a different Piers, Sue. It's not Piers Morgan. She didn't say Piers Morgan. I'll show you. That was an email from 2014. Assuming that I didn't make a mistake, because I went over this last night. So we'll get to that. Yep. But here's another thing. She has some type of personality disorder. Clearly, I believe it's borderline personality disorder, among other things, because the way she acts, especially on these emails, is just like other people I've seen with borderline personality disorder as well. And I'm not saying, because a lot of people who do have borderline personality disorder got upset with me when I said Fiona has borderline personality disorder. But to clarify, I'm not saying everyone who has borderline personality disorder, and let me just say BPD. I'm tired of saying borderline personality disorder. That's a mouthful. BPD. People who have BPD, not all act like that. In fact, I'd say the majority of people with BPD don't go to this extreme. But the stalkers who do act like this, they have, I think they all have borderline personality disorder. Does that make sense? I'm not saying everyone who has BPD is a stalker, but what I am saying is I think every stalker has BPD, if that makes sense. And yeah, she probably does. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I think she obviously has narcissistic personality disorder as well, and she probably has something else. If she doesn't have BPD, she has something very similar. Yeah. So for whatever reason, she's not mentally well. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of like if someone's paralyzed and you say, hey, get out of your wheelchair and walk. Well, they can't do it because they're paralyzed. Their legs don't work. Well, something is off with Fiona. Something's not working up here. So if you're like, hey, just act normal, it's not going to change anything because her brain, something is wrong with her brain. And that's why she needs professional help. And even that, I don't think is really going to cure her, but it might help her to learn how to act for her behavior to improve. Yeah, that's true. Maybe she could have like a team, a team of people helping her and have and they don't give her access to email. We will sit with you multiple times a week and talk with you, have a session with you, but we are not going to give you our email or our phone. Hey, if you're feeling stressed late at night, don't give us a call. You know, a lot of psychiatrists will be like, hey, you can call me day or night if you need anything. You can't do that with Fiona. You have to have very strict boundaries. So if you do that, maybe. I've got a video coming out about that. It should be up today or tomorrow. So I covered the Heather Burns article, and I will have the video up later today or tomorrow, hopefully. So be looking out for that. KD. Is this Kevin Durant? Oh, you're in Ireland. Okay, so this is not Kevin Durant. All right. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. So when I come over to this window and I'm scrolling through this PDF, I can't see your comments because I'm in a different window. So if there's any comment, any people who are asking me questions and I don't answer it right away, just repeat it. Let me know and I'll try to scroll back up. See what Joel said. Yep. And this happens to Joel all the time. He's got women stalking him. He can't. I feel bad for Joel. Joel, you just need to walk around with a stick and just raise it up every time a woman comes around you trying to stalk you. I think so, Ziggy. I believe so. Yeah, that could be. But if you look up borderline personality disorder, they're obsessive too. Like they can't control themselves. And that's what she seems to have, is like a lack of control. Yep, that's exactly what I said. More needs to be done. That's crazy. Because what happens, here's what the law needs to do. The law needs to be strict on on situations from progressing? How about we eliminate the threat of crimes before they take place? Because unfortunately, as it is now, the police only get involved after the crime's been committed. Well, what if you shoot someone and kill them? What if you stab someone to death? Well, if you had the law had been enforced beforehand, you could have prevented that. But instead, they just wait until after a crime has been committed, and that makes no sense. Oh, wow. Yep, I remember you talking about that. Where are my cats at? My cats are being lazy and sleeping in the next room. They are not allowed in this room. They get hair everywhere. They will scratch up my cords, chew up my cords. So I don't let them in my room anymore. They have to stay out in the living room. I think Jessica will be fine. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. Yep. See, that's ridiculous because you should be able to see the potential. And I'm not saying that, hey, you know what? This woman sent me 10 emails last night. Go and arrest her. I'm not saying that you should just go and be able to arrest them. What I'm saying is if for example, someone sent me 10 emails in a night and made me uncomfortable, I didn't want it to progress. I should be able to go to the authorities, tell them this. They should be able to go to that person. There doesn't even need to be an investigation. If I tell someone I don't want this person near me, that should be enough for them to simply give that person whatever kind of warning. Then, if they break that warning and send another email or show up at the job or give harassing phone calls or whatever, then the police can take action. They can either give them a fine or they can give them a week in jail or something. And then if they continue to do, then they can get a more excessive sentencing. Don't you dare talk about my cats like that. My cats, my cats are not poor kitties. My kitties are rich. As a matter of fact, I need to go run and feed my cats real quick, and then I'm going to come back and start reading this. So I will be back in 2 minutes, and then we'll get right on this. All right, I am back. All right, so I'm going to go over it now. Like I said, I won't be able to see the comments because when I open this window to scroll through, it blocks out the chat section. So if I miss a question or something, just repeat it. All right. All right. Here we go. Latham and Watkins, Fiona Harvey, plaintiff versus Netflix defendants. This is crazy. Just right here to see this. So this is what we're looking forward to right here. This declaration of Richard Gadd in support of defendant's special motion to strike September 3rd. So in just a little over a month, they get to see, I guess, what else happens. Richard Gadd. Okay, obviously I'm not going to just read this entire thing. I'm going to go over the parts that I feel are the most relevant. Okay, I'm skipping some of this. Just some of these words I see might get me a violation. All right. I'm a comedian, writer, and actor. I created, wrote, and starred in a Netflix series, Baby Reindeer. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth below, and if called as a witness, could and would testify competently thereto. I submit this declaration in support of defendants, Netflix special motion to strike. Okay, I'm not naming all this. You can read that. The name of this, that first one, I can't say it. I'm not going to say it on air. I don't even know. I got a strike on my channel on a live stream, and I don't even know why. And I hardly spoke on it. And it was nothing controversial on there. And they gave me a strike, and I don't know why. And I couldn't appeal it because I took the live stream down right afterwards because all I was doing was testing my internet because my internet had went out and I had to get it repaired. So after the repairman left, I came on, I did a live stream, and I don't know, I got a strike on there. And before I even realized I had a strike, I had deleted it because it was a test. It was only like 30 or 40 minutes. And because I had deleted it, I couldn't appeal it. So the strike is still on my channel. So if I get a second strike, I'm in trouble. And they didn't even tell me what I did specifically. I still don't know. And if I had appealed it, it would have been removed because I didn't do anything. I really wish this platform is so big. YouTube needs to be in better touch with their content creators instead of just throwing out blanket strikes. I shouldn't be penalized just because I took it down. They should give me the benefit of doubt. I've been on this platform for 8 years, and that's the first strike I had. If I told them that I think it was a mistake, they should just give me the benefit of the doubt and take it off my account. Okay, in 2016, I wrote and starred in Monkey See, Monkey Do, which won the Edinburgh Comedy Award for Best Comedy Show. Monkey See, Monkey Do went on to have several sellouts. Okay. Okay, I'm going to skip down here. I used real trauma as the basis for Monkey See, Monkey Do, and Baby Reindeer, while creating character scenes, dialogue, and dramatic devices to support the fictionalized story. The series, Baby Reindeer, the series was released on Netflix April 11th, Let me see. Is that correct? Is that the date I have? Yep. I got it. My notes here, April 11th. And then April 25th was the first day on Fiona's Facebook account that she started talking about Richard Gadd. So about 2 weeks later. And then May 9th was when she went on Piers Morgan. So she went on Piers Morgan just about a month after Netflix released. I'm sorry, after Baby Reindeer on Netflix released. Okay. The series is a dramatic work. It is not a document. See, that's what I was saying. And if you've been watching my live streams, you saw I was so agitated when people on Piers Morgan, like, what's that guy's name? Brandon Tatum, was saying that it's a documentary. He said, I could not believe the Baby Reindeer documentary. I'm like, it's not a documentary. He continued to double down and say it for the whole show. I'm like, Piers, why do you have these people on that don't even know what they're talking about? And he kept calling it a documentary, a docuseries. It's not a documentary. It's not a docuseries. It is not a documentary or an attempt at realism. While the series is based on my life and real life events and is at its core emotionally true, it is not a beat by beat recounting of the events and emotions I experienced as they transpired. It is fictionalized and is not intended to portray actual facts. And you guys have to know this. I don't mean the viewers watching this. I mean people in general. You've got to know when you're watching a series, a movie, or whatever based on a true story, that some of the facts are going to get fictionalized to keep the pacing. You have to keep your story on track. If you don't, you're going to bore your audience to death. Think about some story that has transpired in your life over 6 months or a year or 2 years. Now imagine if there was a series made and it went over every literal detail. Do you know how long and boring that would be? That's why what you do is when you write a script, you write the cliff notes. Yes, you traumatize and you fictionalize certain things. Now, of course, you don't want to deceive your audience by putting in stuff that's not true. But there's a difference between putting something that's totally inaccurate in or just something where you're just kind of skimming over and just generalizing the story. And that's what he did. He gave a general story of how she behaved and acted. And he didn't mention Fiona Harvey's name. While this series is my emotionally true stories I recall and recount, it is not intended to depict any real persons. Instead, I created fictionalized characters, including Martha and Donnie, which were foils to aid my exploration of my own experiences and trauma. I intentionally used characters that did not share the actual names of any persons from my life and wrote fictionalized dialogue and scenes. Each of the characters from the series has some imagined personality traits and events that I specifically selected to make them useful as dramatic devices. I really just want to get into the emails because I think we know this. All right. Real life experiences with Fiona Harvey. Okay. In 2014, I met Harvey at the pub where I worked at the time, the Holly Arms. I noticed that Harvey looked distressed and offered her a cup of tea on the house. On noticing each other's accents, we engaged in what I took at that time to be a friendly conversation and discussed our common. See, this sounds realistic. This is very plausible. If you're living in England and you're Scottish or whatever, and then another Scottish person comes in at a pub, it makes sense that the two of you would just kind of talk about your Scottish heritage. perfectly plausible. Following that first meeting, Harvey subsequently stalked and harassed me throughout 2014 through 2017. She frequently appeared at the pub. It quickly became clear that she had memorized my shift pattern by hanging around the pub constantly. Okay, that's scary. She would then arrive just so she's arriving before his shift even starts. She didn't even wait till like an hour or two after. It's like if he starts his shift at noon, she's showing up at 11. Not at like 2 or 3. It quickly became clear she had memorized my shift pattern. She would call the pub constantly on days when I was not working to check if I was in. This went on for a very long period of time. Sometimes she would stay for my entire shift. Other times she would stay a few hours. Sometimes she would just say something and abruptly leave. Okay? Harvey's behavior quickly grew concerning for me. And see, this is at this point, if Gadd had contacted the police, the authorities, they should have contacted her and banned her from the pub if she's making Gadd or any of the other workers feel uncomfortable. So see, this is how the law could help protect situations from arising instead of waiting until after a crime had been committed. See, that is the problem with the current law, the way it's structured. What started out as someone sitting at the end of the bar and chatting most days turned into her directly impacting my ability to work, interjecting as I tried to serve. Oh my goodness, I could just imagine that. He's approaching customers and she's like following behind them. That would actually be a good comedy show. Maybe I should write that script. I could definitely do that. I used to write screenplays, just in case any of you didn't know that about me. I was close. I nearly sold one of my scripts, but they wanted me to sign over creative control, and I refused to do it. So, and I thought I was going to be able to sell my script to someone else in the future. I never found anyone else that wanted to buy it. So, sucks for me. Oh well. As I served the tables and talked to most customers I served at the bar, she would often try to engage with me by repeatedly trying to make jokes or banter. She would tell customers of the pub that I was a comedian and sometimes adopt smutty innuendos to try and embarrass me in front of staff. You know, see right there, the manager should have taken her to the side. And I don't understand. Where is the manager? Why didn't the managers take her to the side and say, listen, we appreciate your business, but we can't have you interfering when we're doing business with other people. You're more than welcome to sit in here and, have a drink, have a meal, but, you've got to back off and then see if her behavior changes. And then if she can't, then you ban her from coming in. But maybe if you gave her a warning like that, maybe she would stop doing that. Maybe some boundaries could have been drawn. So I don't get that. I've had jobs, or I've had friends who worked jobs, and I would go up at times and talk with them. And sometimes, like if I was, say there, I would have friends that worked at a gas station, and I'd go to the gas station to buy something, and I'd end up eating a candy bar, drinking a drink, and just sitting up there chatting with them. And sometimes they would tell me, hey, my manager says that, people can't be around here talking for, extended periods of time. So I'd say, okay, cool. And then I would not hang around for long. That's all you got to do. No big deal. I would know, okay, don't keep talking, chit-chatting, and it'd be over and done. And then if I continue to do that, guess what? Then you ban me and say, hey, no more coming in here because you don't know how to stop running interference with our clerk and the customers. That's all they had to do here. And I don't understand why the manager didn't just take her to the side and say that. So this actually falls on the manager of the Halley Arms as well. The manager of the Halley Arms did not protect Gadd either. So I don't understand, how is basic management not seeing this problem in advance? I mean, isn't this common sense? She would tell customers of the pub that I was a comedian. I just read that. At first, I engaged with Harvey and her jokes, viewing her as harmless, but it soon became exhausting. I quickly grew frustrated at her continual and unrelenting presence in my work life. All you had to do was get the manager involved. If the manager had gotten involved, maybe this would not have progressed to what it progressed to. When Harvey was around, I had my guard up. There was a particularly intense period of time when Harvey often attempted to touch me okay, see that right there. You could, okay, if she's touching you, what you do is you ban her from the pub, and if she keeps coming back, then you call the police. Harvey pinched and touched various parts of my body, including my bum. It was generally very handsy towards me. The attention was unwelcome, and I found myself constantly trying to dodge Harvey's advances, an unwanted physical contact, while she was touching him while he was serving tables. Why wasn't she banned from there? Where was the manager? Gadd was not the manager there. Where was the manager? That is a really crappy manager. This actually falls on the manager a lot. How do you not protect your employees? How do you let a customer come in here and do that to your employee? It's like, if I see someone in the live stream, right? If there's someone who comes in here and they start harassing people in there, boom, I ban them. I don't think anything about it because I'm not having that. I mean, it's one thing if two people are having a debate, that's fine. But, and I've had a couple times, I've had people come in here and I don't know if they're trolling or just trying to start fights with everybody. I ban them. And I don't understand why the manager failed so badly at this. What a crap manager. Let me look at the comments. Do you guys agree with me? How much does this fall? I'm right. Okay, right now I'm in the comment section. Let me know. How much does this fall on the manager? Why did the manager not do anything? This doesn't even make sense. No, that doesn't happen all the time. Managers will tell, like I just said, when I was talking with my friend at the gas station, he told me, yeah, the manager said that he didn't want, someone hanging out for an extended period of time, chit-chatting. And so I said, okay, cool. And so I left and I didn't come in and chit-chat anymore. I would just come in and buy what I needed to buy and leave. But what happens is usually if my friend's working there, we're pretty much, it's kind of like barbershop talk, usually about sports. because I'm a pretty big sports junkie. And if I have other friends who are sports junkies, there's always just so much to talk about. So I don't know if any of you are sports fans, but you can really get into some interesting debates and discussions about sports. So I would often do that when like my friends will work at convenience stores or wherever. Management and if I stayed there too long and it didn't look good for customers, management would tell my friend, tell Gary not to stay in here for so long. Not for you guys to be talking about sports for 2 hours. That's all you got to do. So no. Yeah, and I have worked service too. And if someone's hanging around, the manager would take care of it. I never had any people hanging around for extended periods of time, running interference, and the manager did nothing. Where do you think you're going, Buff Clary? I didn't tell you to go. Get your tail back in here. You did not get my permission to leave. Well, I guess Buff Clary just wants to be disobedient. And I don't understand that either, because we all know that, if it was a woman in that situation, a man, it'd be taken seriously, in which it very, very well should. That's absolutely correct. But it should also be taken seriously vice versa. Yep, I try to make it entertaining. All the videos that I made in the Fiona Harvey accent get such low views. I get like triple, quadruple the amount of views when I just talk regularly. So, and that's what I don't understand. People taking it so serious, as if they really think I think I'm doing like I'm doing a really good Scottish accent. I know the accent does not sound very Scottish. That's why it's funny. But it also takes a lot more energy when I do that. So I get tired a lot quicker. So it's actually a lot easier when I just speak my regular voice. Uh-oh. Just Jen is harassing me. Gary, I love you. I'm going to scratch out the part R accent as a Scot. I'm reporting you. She's going Fiona Harvey on me. Woody Buzz here. You want the accent. I better start getting some $1,000 donations. I want $1,000 of donations to do the accent. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll do the accent some while I read her stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to be funny. I don't understand how people are taking this so serious. I do understand some people are like, oh, it's so loud. Yeah, I apologize for that, because it's hard for me to keep it at a more level volume when I'm doing the voice. And I try to edit that as well as I can. And when it's really loud, I try to turn it down when I'm doing my edits. So I apologize for that, because I hate to be, too loud. Oh no. I'm so tired of this. I am so tired of all my viewers falling in love with me and stalking me. It's just, it happens every week. And I'm just going to have to do a Netflix series about Just Jen Truth Finders stalking me. I'm going to go to my email account. I bet I've got 500 emails from Just Jen. Okay. I've seen that. Yeah, I'm not going into a lot of details about that. As soon as he gets Imon, he banned Imon. Are you talking about that the woman? Yeah, she's funny though. Like she was just on. She looks like she's trolling too. Like she just looks like she loves to argue and just stir things up. I hope that's what she's doing. I hope she doesn't really believe all the stuff that she peddles on there. You have to sing in Johnny Depp's accent. Nah, I'm not attempting Johnny Depp's accent. I don't even know what that means. And I don't want to know what that means. Give me your bank details. Okay. Email me and I'll give you my account number and routing number. I'll add you. We're going to have to get on the phone with my bank so I can add you to the account. Then we can share our bank, Woody Buzzear. Does anyone else need my bank details? Just let me know. I'll go ahead and post my bank details on here now. My routing number is 1. Okay. There's my routing number. All right, there's my bank account. Anybody just wants to use my account, go ahead. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I really want to read them, but I don't want to get a strike on my channel. Because you know how I am. I will really go all in. But there's certain buzzwords I can't say, so it's kind of hard. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Now, you know how hang on. Go ahead, Woody, send me $1,000. If Woody sends me $1,000, I'm just gonna make an OnlyFans account, but I'm just gonna sit here like this and do the accent. OnlyFans are gonna be able to hear me. OnlyFans of the Fiona accent are gonna be able to join. Right. Yeah, that was really good. Do you make nice cuppa? What's cuppa? tea. Do I make a nice cup of tea? Yeah, I'm really good at it. I can boil water like a pro. The way that I pour the water into the pot and then stick it on the oven and turn the knob and then pour that boiling water into a cup with a tea bag, none of you can do it as well as me. I don't even want you guys to try. Oh no. I think you're right. I need to be cautious. Jen is using me for my tea. You really think you're going to get a cup of my tea? I don't think so. Oh no. Mariah G. She put the G there for Gary. She wants a cup of tea. My goodness. None of y'all are getting a cup of tea from me. Oh no, don't you discriminate. I'm not American. I'm faking this American accent. I'm Scottish. Haven't you heard me talk on the videos? Oh no. Oh man, you guys are demanding. You all want a cup of tea? Listen, I'm drinking water. All right. I thought that was absolutely gut wrenching. At the end, when he was listening, the very last scene, when he was listening to a voicemail and she was like crying how much she loved him, that was gut wrenching to me. And I don't know if that was dramatized or she really left him a voicemail, because I have a hard time believing Fiona Harvey said that. I mean, maybe she did. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a fitting end to the series. And I think he got his point across. Now, when you have to have common sense to know that some of the series was dramatized. I knew, like, for example, when he was with his girlfriend, his trans girlfriend or whatever, and she approached and then she hit the trans woman, and like that was dramatized, because if that happened, she would have been arrested, because that's a crime. She committed a crime, so that could have ended everything. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's very accurate. Let me check to see if okay. Awesome. I'll have my video up soon. What's up, Marco? How's it going? For those of you who don't know, I do soap reviews, or I used to do soap reviews. If any of you are interested in finding out some good soap, good, natural, healthy soap, you can check out some of my reviews. Right here. Headless rinse. This smells amazing, guys. How great does this smell, Marco? I keep it right here. Sometimes I just smell it. One of the best smelling soaps on the market. All right, let me go ahead and get into some more of this. Where was I? Oh, Marco, have you watched Baby Reindeer? Because if you haven't, then this live stream won't make a lot of sense to you. But if you've watched it, then I think these live streams will be very interesting to you. Yeah, because this won't even make sense to you if you haven't seen this series. Have you seen it, Marco? All right, let me get back into this. I did ask Harvey to leave me alone and to refrain from making advances towards me on several occasions. However, she ignored my requests. Okay? You can't do that. It doesn't matter if you're man or woman. You don't go around touching other people. She ignored my requests. As with her wider behavior, she was persistent and relentless. Around March 2015, Harvey became increasingly hostile towards me and others at the Halley Arms. Matters escalated when I confronted Harvey in the pub for falsely telling one of the regulars, oh my goodness. How do you do that? How do you run around telling people that you were intimate with someone that you were not? Oh, okay, Marco. Hey, Marco, watch. Do you have Netflix? Watch the pilot episode of Baby Reindeer. It's, what is it? Is it 7 episodes? It's 7 episodes, right, everyone? It's 6 or 7 episodes. And they're 30 to 40 minutes a piece. But once you watch the first episode, you're going to want to watch the whole thing. And it is an experience. It's not just something you watch. You experience Baby Reindeer. You don't just watch it. So, sorry about that. If the Fiona Harvey accent is stuck in your brain, well, you can't sue me. I didn't force you to watch. Yeah, Mark. Oh, you have Netflix? Dude, watch it. Watch the Baby Reindeer pilot. And then come back and watch my videos. You're going to want to binge the Baby Reindeer series, and then you're going to want to binge my videos because I go into so much detail. It'll be a lot more interesting. The videos I've made will be a lot more interesting once you've watched the series. But don't watch my videos until you watch the series, because I talk about a lot of details. You don't want to know those details until after you watch. I don't want to spoil it. Yep. That's it. It really is. It's an experience. Oh, wow. He looks like Richard. Let's see. Hang on. Let me go over here. Let's go to my channel. Videos. Which one was it? It was I think it was the big one that went viral. Yeah, this one's the one that went viral for me. Man, I hope I can get another one of these videos to go viral like this one. That would be awesome, because that really helped my channel. Let's see. I want to pull up that puppet and see if I think it looks like Richard Roth. Is that the guy's name, Richard Roth? Did I say that right?
Few emails exchanging jokey banter with him. But why would you want to? How is 8? I haven't checked that arm's crew 4 times.
Fucking Sam.
Sorry.
So I don't know how.
But obviously now you're going. Here's my point. Now you're going public.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the part.
So you currently have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
In London.
Doesn't matter where he is.
I'd
rather.
No, I understand. But how long have
5 years. 5 years.
You've been in a 5-year relationship.
Yeah. So I don't.
So it's all,
He does look like him. I didn't even realize that. Wow. I need to do a side-by-side comparison. Oh my goodness.
what does he think?
I don't want to drag him in. He thinks this is horrendous.
He thinks this is horrendous.
All of my lawyer friends do.
All of my lawyer friends do.
All of my professional friends do.
All of my professional friends do. I gotta look down because I can't look straight because I'm lying my tail off. So I gotta look down and look around and blah and stutter my words.
Again. Where are they? Where are all these friends?
He thinks this is horrendous. Man, how did they get? Sometimes I think God has a sense of humor and just loves setting people up who are, because just like if you guys like my content, check out some of hang on real quick. I'll get right back to the document in just a minute. If you look on my channel, you will see, okay, well, this now. Right over here. They're old now because I got him off the internet. He's not on the internet anymore. He left. It was like 2021. He left, but from like 2012 to 2021. The reason he left is because I kept making videos exposing what he was doing, the way he was deceiving people. This guy right here, he used to call himself Vigilant Christian, but he wasn't actually a Christian. He was pretending to be a Christian online because Christians were watching him and donating lots of money to his channel. So he just kept up the charade, pretending to be a Christian, and knew he was lying. So I exposed him. And it got to the point where he had to leave YouTube because it got so bad. My point is, as I was making those videos, there we go, I'm trying to find it.
Hardship.
Who had some difficulties in my life and some struggles in my life. Okay, that's what it was.
Oh.
He got caught for, he would get on the videos and talk about, well, you know, we shouldn't be sinning and doing this and doing that. Meanwhile, he's doing everything he says behind closed doors. He's an entirely different person. And so people would send me stuff exposing him. I make videos about it. And then he said, oh, well, I was addicted to drugs. I was struggling. So here he is. He's saying, well, the reason that, you know, I was doing those things, I was just addicted. But now, as you see in the background here, he's got his certificate, which he turned out, okay, right there. This is his certificate. He's going to rehab, and now he's all okay to continue running his fake ministry channel. I was making videos saying this is fake. Then it turns out that somebody sent me, a friend of his sent me photographs he sent to them. He was getting clean urine samples and submitting it. That's how he got the certificate. He wasn't clean from drugs. He was faking the tests. And I exposed that, and I exposed a bunch of other things. And so eventually he just had to quit YouTube. But over here, he's made this video to me. Anyways, I'm going way out in left field. My whole point is just that there were things that it was just like, I believe these frauds, I believe God kind of sets them up to get exposed, because some of the information that I would encounter is just like perfect to expose someone. And so here there was a video, and it fit perfectly with here, and it was really embarrassing for him. Likewise, as you see right here, how is it that by coincidence, I happen to find this puppet that actually does look just like her real attorney? And I've stumbled across coincidence after coincidence over the years when I'm making exposed videos like this. So I don't know, maybe it is just a coincidence, but I have suspected that God sets these people up to get exposed, and it's usually in a humorous way. Anyhow, let me check the comments real quick. Which guy you talk about? The guy in the video? If you go to my channel, you'll see. I have the when you go to my channel, when you click on it, the video comes up. Actually, because I'm on a live, it's not coming on the homepage because this is, but typically it pops right up. But you can see, like, he sits around and he fake cries. He talks about his personal problems. And he's like, oh, God has healed me. But yet every video he's crying, talking about how God's healed him. How has God healed you and you're still crying every other video? And it's not even real crying. This is the video where you'll see. Okay. I'll let this play. I actually need to run to the restroom real quick. I will be right back because I've been drinking lots of water like a good boy. And when I come back, I'll jump back on the document. I'll let this play for you guys to give you an idea. And that's how I was able to do these Fiona videos, because I've already exposed someone in the past. I made like 45 videos over like a 3-year period about this vigilant Christian. That's what he called himself, vigilant Christian. And he's not even a Christian. He's just playing the role of a Christian, no different than Robert Downey Jr. playing a superhero when he played Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is not a superhero in real life, and Mario is not a Christian in real life. He's doing the same thing. You know how sleazy that is? I understand not everybody believes in God, but I think even atheists will find it pretty disgusting behavior to go online, make a channel, and create a fake ministry to get donations. And that's just what he did. And when he got exposed for being a liar and a hypocrite, then he started blaming it on a drug habit. And then he started saying, oh, I'm going to rehab. He was only saying that because he did not want to lose his viewers. This dude at one time had 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, and he said he's making $15,000 to $17,000 a month based on ad revenue and donations. And I saw what he was doing. And so I started making videos. And at first, everyone was calling me a liar, saying that you don't know. Why are you accusing him? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And finally, people started coming around and seeing that the guy is a fraud. Anyways, I'll play this trailer real quick, and I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom. That's him fake crying. And that's what he does. He's fake crying all the time. This trailer here is different time, different years throughout his YouTube career. And you can see, that's why it's called Trailer for Patterns of Deception, because you can see his patterns. He lies constantly. And then he'll get caught, and then he'll take a YouTube break, and then he'll come back and say, yeah, I've been taking some time off because God's been dealing with me and maturing me, and I'm growing in the Lord and this and that. But he'd come back and resume his ministry, and no one would call him out. But that's the thing is, once I started exposing him, I called him out every time he tried to come back. And finally, he quit altogether, and he's been gone for 3 years now. So this is what he does. And I even show these like crying videos where they teach you and give you instructions how to make yourself like fake cry. You just kind of start out and kind of you start doing that, and your body it reacts accordingly. And that's what this guy does. It's what he's doing right here. And he's trying to make the audience feel sympathy for him.
Gary, a YouTuber here that we're going to examine in a moment, has made over 25 videos supposedly exposing me.
All you do is slander.
I'm having to block so many people because you're going to old gossip that's not even relevant to my life anymore.
There's something wrong with you, so I'm giving you up. He cast you out. And he's part of this little cult. Mario, you've been exposed. I know all about you.
I'm not acting. Stop this insanity. Seriously.
And the Lord spoke to me and said, you're going to get another chance.
I've never had those urges. I've never had those urges.
Yes, I've had homosexual thoughts.
You're a reprobate. You've been given over. And so you can go ahead and go back to the 2-year-old gossip. And it's a shame that you're not more spirit-led.
That's wild. It's not a big scam.
So I've been going through a big healing process. Make sure you subscribe, man. God's going to do some amazing things.
Recently, I've been when I do relapse and I binge, I go to the point of blackout. I don't even remember what to do. I wake up the next morning and I look on my phone and how many that I sent out. I don't even remember to wake up.
How dumb does he think we are?
Oh man.
He said that after he got caught sending nudes to a minor, after he had repented and saying that he was changing. And then a couple weeks later, someone sent, they private messaged me photos that he sent to a minor. The person who messaged me was the minor's cousin. And they're like, hey, I saw your videos about Mario. My cousin said he sent her nudes. She's a minor. So I was about to expose that. And he knew that it was coming. And that's why he made this video in advance, trying to do damage control. So if you guys like the content I've made of Fiona, I think you would like this series as well. Because this could be a Netflix documentary in itself. These videos that I made are like Netflix documentaries. And I actually throw in a lot of humor in there too. Like I did with the puppet here. I threw in all kinds of humor. And that's what I do, is I use a lot of humor. I don't hate Mario. I don't hate Fiona. But what I do is I expose what they're doing, and I use a lot of humor. But I'm not one of these people who sit up here and start barking and talking about how much I hate them, or because I'll see a lot of Christians will talk about how they hate Mario, and I'm like, I don't hate him. I just want him to stop scamming people. All right. Around March 2015, Harvey became increasingly hostile towards me and others at the Halley Arms. Matters escalated when I confronted Harvey in the pub for falsely telling one of the regulars we were intimate, which she took badly. How do you take that badly? If I lied and got caught like that, I would just be embarrassed and apologize. And I'd have to evaluate myself. Okay, why did I say that lie? And then I would stop. How do you double down when you blatantly get caught? That's why I was saying something is not right mentally with her. On one occasion, Harvey mentioned to a customer a bad review she had seen online. I retorted by referring to news coverage I had seen regarding Harvey's harassment of former member of parliament Jimmy Ray and his wife Laura Ray. Now, remember, she was denying all this. She briefly left the pub. Okay, this is intense. When she re-entered, I was sitting on a wooden chair in the corner to the right of the bar, crouched down by the condiments cupboard, marrying up the... Hold on, I'm going to the comment section. What is marrying up the... marrying up the ketchups? Is that a typo? Is that supposed to be marking up the ketchups? Marrying up the ketchups? Is that a slang for in the UK? No idea. Jen, you're in the UK, right? Who's in the UK here? Is that a common slang? Okay. I would think, hey, I'm replenishing the ketchup bottles, not marrying them. It's a common saying. Okay. Yeah, I'd never have heard that in the US. But whatever. I was just curious. All right, marrying the kitchen, the ketchup bottles. Harvey came behind the bar to where I was standing and shoved me in the back of my neck. I turned to find her chastising me while pointing in my face. I remember that she referred to the comedian Frankie Boyle's mouth having got him into trouble. And she said that my mouth would get me into trouble too. She was furious, and I found her demeanor intimidating. See, where was the manager? How does she not get banned? She stepped behind the counter, behind the bar. Okay, you're banned. You don't go behind the bar. If any customer goes to a restaurant and walks into the kitchen or goes behind a bar or whatever, you remove that person. That's why you have employees only signs. I mean, for one thing, what if she slipped and broke her leg? That would be a lawsuit on the bar. That's why they don't let people do that stuff. So she had no right to go behind the bar. So this should have been wrapped up a long time ago. She was furious, and I found her demeanor intimidating. I remember quickly apologizing out of fear she was going to hit me, as well as embarrassment at the fact a number of customers nearby were looking over. She subsequently stormed out of the pub and repeated that my mouth was going to get me into trouble as she left. The interaction was threatening, but I was also embarrassed and angry that she had affronted me in such a physical and public manner. As matters escalated, I would have went to the police. That should be illegal right there. And like I said, where's the manager? As matters escalated, Harvey's visit to the pub became increasingly intense. At times, I would hide in the basement or on a balcony in the hope that she would grow bored and leave the pub. So this guy's got to hide in the basement while he's at work. Wouldn't the manager not want to pay a guy to be hiding in the basement? This manager's a moron. I don't understand it. Why don't you put your foot down and tell Fiona that she's banned from the bar? I was scared of Harvey and what she might be capable of, particularly having seen the articles about her behavior towards the Rays online. A lot of the staff were intimidated by her too and tried to adopt different measures to get her to leave me alone so as to not escalate things further. For example, staff would tell her that I was not working, so she would leave or pretend that I had left the Halley Arms. Nothing deterred her, And I remember long shifts where I would sit out on the balcony or in the basement for hours waiting for her to leave. Harvey sometimes waited outside the pub for me to finish work. She also followed me around town, sometimes very close to where I live, and she attended many of my comedy and theater performances. Often when I posted about a performance online, usually on Twitter, Harvey would then turn up and occasionally be disruptive. On one occasion, I was appearing in a show at Aces and Eights in London in July 2016 when, before the show started, the producer spotted Harvey in the audience. The producer subsequently went around the audience. How do you do this? Just approach her and tell her to leave. How is everyone so scared of her? Is law enforcement really that weak? Hold on, I'm going to the comments. Is law enforcement that weak in the UK that a comedy club manager tells every patron to leave and come back in 10 minutes because we're going to fake that the show's canceled? How weak is that? Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm sorry. Anywhere that I know, she would have been banned. Yep. Uh-oh. You're scared of me just now? Man, that's crazy. Okay, in the UK, how many of you know about BBC show Luther with Idris Elba? I think Richard needed to call Luther. I think Luther could deal with Fiona Harvey. Yeah, you guys should check out Luther. Luther has a stalker. Luther is played by Idris Elba, and he plays a detective with a really, really bad temper. And he hunts criminals, like bad criminals, like serial killers. And he's always breaking protocol because whenever he has to follow protocol, he can't actually catch them. So he's constantly breaking protocol to actually do real police work to actually catch the criminals. And it's so good. It's actually my favorite crime series of all time. Yeah. Luther's on Netflix. Is really, the first 2 seasons are so good. It's only 10 episodes. It's like 5 episodes a season. So it's really good. And as Luther started getting stalked by a serial killer himself. So it's just so layered. It's very complex storytelling. So each week there would be like a different case. Each episode there's like a different case, but he still got the stalker constantly, like throughout the entire series. And I don't want to tell you, but he has a very unique situation with his stalker. I have not watched that yet, but I wanted to. I think I'll check that out. Idris Elba is definitely one of my favorite actors. The performance in Luther is just phenomenal, top notch. Dexter was actually my favorite crime series until I watched Luther, and now Luther is. But yeah, Dexter was great too. Dexter season 1 is just top notch. All right. The producer went around the audience and told everyone other than Harvey that we would be pretending the show had been canceled, but that they could return 10 minutes later. I was then catching some fresh air when, on leaving the venue, Harvey confronted me about canceling the show. Another member of the producing team had to stand between me and Harvey, who was becoming increasingly animated towards me. In addition, I have always had to put extensive measures in place to stop Harvey from attending my shows, including at venues like the Soho Theater and the Bush Theater. Okay, we're getting to the emails now. Around July 2014, Harvey obtained my email address from my personal website, which at the time included my contact details to facilitate inquiries and bookings for comedy performances. Harvey emailed me relentlessly throughout all hours of the day and night. She would sometimes send emails at 2 or 4 a.m., and at times she would send multiple emails in a single day. I never engaged with, responded to, or referred to Harvey's emails because I feared it would only make matters worse if she knew for certain that I had been receiving them. Yep, I agree. Harvey sent me thousands of emails, hundreds of voicemails, and a number of handwritten letters. Okay, so assuming that Richard Gadd is telling the truth here, which I think we all believe Richard, and I think we all believe Fiona is a total liar. This is going to come out if this case is not dropped. I really think Fiona needs to drop this case because she's going to get humiliated worse than she already has. She hasn't been humiliated yet. She's about to be. These emails are just repulsive. And it's just the beginning because it's going to get way worse. These voicemails, like I said earlier, those voicemails are going to go viral. and everyone's going to be downloading them, and they're going to stay with the internet for all infinity. She's never going to live that down. Years down the road, decades down the road, after she's passed away, those voicemails will still be floating around the internet. And they're going to just constantly be made fun of. Her whole legacy, decades down the road, when she's gone, these voicemails will be circulating and will be laughed at and mocked. They're going to be ingrained in the pop culture. She's about to become immortalized on the internet if those voicemails leak. She does not want that. And I don't think Richard Gadd wants that. Otherwise, he would have leaked them. He's trying to protect her. She wants attention. She's going to get it. Not going to be good attention. But I am saying, I said this at the very beginning. She does not want this case to go through. Because if it does, she's never going to be able to live those voicemails down. Okay, and he says a number of handwritten letters. So assuming he's telling the truth, which I believe he is, he can submit those to the court, and those will make their ways around as well. These communications often included sexually explicit, violent, and derogatory content, hate speech, and threats. The emails and voicemails attached to this declaration represent just a fraction of those I received from Harvey. Most of the emails referenced in this declaration were provided to the police. Below, I provide some examples of the types of emails I received from Harvey. Harvey regularly monitored my social media and sent me emails discussing photos posted on my Twitter account. On January 29, 2015, Harvey sent me an email with the subject line, "Yummy Mummy." That's vile. Because she's talking about Richard's mom and saying that she thinks she's attractive. I'm sorry, that's gross. Email the subject line, "Yummy Mummy," which stated, "I see your mom is on Twitter. I looked up yours to see what was going on in your head, and you retweeted her. You retweeted her." Get my pronunciation right there. Attached here to Exhibit 1. Let me get a comment section. Can anybody tell me how to get these exhibits? Because I will go over this on a video. Okay. Exhibit 1 is a true and correct copy of the January 29, 2015 email from Harvey. On September 17th, Harvey emailed me, "I love the photo of you sleeping on Twitter. Attached is a true and correct copy." Man, I need to see those. Hang on, does anybody know how I can get those? That's true too. Even if she gets a legal loophole, I think at best she may get a settlement. I just can't see her winning this though. But yeah, there may be a loophole. You know what? Even if she does win, she might still get arrested for something, though. Does she really want that? Does she want all these crimes to come out? Because maybe she does actually get arrested. She's going to be, What, you know what would be so hilarious? Poetic justice. What if she wins like 50 million in a settlement, but then gets arrested? It has like $50 million in her account, but she's in jail. It can't touch the money. See Sue's post. What post is that? Yep. Pacer monitor? I don't know. What's Pacer monitor? You had the voice messages. What voice messages? He didn't submit the voice messages yet, did he? Yes. Yeah. I saw that. How did he get those? I don't know what Pacer monitor is. Should I know what that is? Is that a website? Let me. Okay. Okay. I don't have an account here. Okay, this looks like Reddit. Looks like it's same layout as Reddit. Let me see. Let me see Fiona Harvey. All 16,000. What is there 16,000? I got a bunch of them here. Which one do I click on? June 6th, June 10th. Are there two different cases? She's got one in the U.S. Let's see if I click on the top one. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Start your free trial. Oof. Yeah, this might be too much money for me. Man, so you have to pay a flat fee and then you have to pay per document? Hmm. Okay, maybe I'll look into that. All right. Start a trial. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so Did he have that? What's it called? The Pacer monitor? How long have I been live? I don't even know. An hour and 53 minutes. To file opening program. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Jen's going to stop me. You can't stop me too much from the UK. Well, you can stop me online. Yeah, that's craziness. And I understand that people have issues, but you have to protect people from them if they're threatening them. I really just feel like she may need to be sent to a mental facility to live in. I don't know. I mean, she is older now, but she's still spreading stuff, harassing people online. Like, look at the vile thing she said about Laura just a couple of months ago. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to get, maybe I can make a video and get that free trial. See if I can do that. All right. Harvey's emails frequently contain hateful speech. For example, Harvey told me, you look in one of those online and stated, I would kill a M if they attacked you. Now, I know that a lot of people are saying, hey, she hates Muslims. Well, Muslims are notorious. They will take, like, they will say, oh, well, Christians, you know, hate gays, hate gay people. But Christians don't kill gay people. Extreme Muslims, well, you can do your research. But still, Fiona shouldn't. She's kind of, obviously, the vast majority of Muslims don't do that. But some of the extreme ones, they actually do. They execute homosexuals, like literally. But that is a small percentage of them. So that's what she meant here. She says, act like animals. Well, obviously she's talking about some particular ones that act that way, but you can't stereotype and say they all act like that. You don't want to start stereotyping groups of people, because there's a small percentage of every group who does some negative things, but you can't just say the entire group all act the exact same, because obviously they don't. Okay, yeah, this is crazy. I don't even want to say that. You can read that. Harvey admitted, no wonder I'm a racist. I can't stand this G business. It makes me squirm. Harvey frequently made personal attacks and threatened me in her emails. Sent me a lengthy email acknowledging that she had been banned from the Halley Arms Okay. Okay. Good. Like I said, she should have been banned a long time ago. She had been banned from the Halley Arms, the pub where I was employed, calling me naive, ugly, stupid. Hey, what does this SIC mean? I'm going back to the comment section. What's the SIC mean? Can anyone tell me what this SIC means? SIC means exactly written as provided. Okay, I'm getting two different things here. So Andrew says means exactly written as provided. Esther wrote the same thing. But Melissa is saying misspelled in original. And Sue says spelling error. Okay, now Slim is saying the same thing. Or okay. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Why does it say SIC? Is SIC, is that an abbreviation for something? Because every time I read it, I want to say sick, but I know it doesn't mean sick. And obviously, sick has a K in it. Okay, let me see. Where was I? Acknowledging that she had been banned from the Halley Arms, calling me naive, ugly, stupid, and badly educated, insulting and threatening as several of my colleagues at the pub, and threatening me with litigation. Harvey also threatened me to move back to Glasgow, a Catholic mafia kind of place full of pados and gangs and liars and crimbos. That might suit you just fine. And stated she had considerable contacts in every, oh, you better look out. All her professional friends, all her lawyer friends, Gadd is in trouble. When she gets all her lawyer friends, when she calls him right here, it's over. It is over. He thinks this is horrendous. It is getting really stuffy. I need to turn the AC on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Here, I'll scroll down so you guys can read through this a little more. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right. Okay. I think I got that now. I just don't know why they put the SIC. I don't understand that. Right. Yeah, she was unemployed. Yeah, that's BS. That's just something the attorney threw in. Yeah, she was such a good candidate for so many companies, and then this series came out, and now she can't get a job. All right. On January 25th, 2016, Harvey mailed me a multi page handwritten letter which was barely legible. The letter claimed that Harvey did not read emails because she was allergic to emails, called me a prick, and demanded that I call her because she was fed up with the fannying about. Harvey threatened me that I had a very big enemy in the acting world. I'm not telling you who that is. Of course she's not. Yeah, I bet George Clooney hates Richard Gadd and is ready to go after him in defense of Fiona. I bet she knows. She probably has George Clooney and Brad Pitt and Quentin Tarantino on speed dial. And they're all ready to go after Richard Gadd for all the horrendous things he did to Fiona. You threatened me that I had a very big enemy in the acting world. I'm not telling you who that is, but they're saying you are all image, and and a pain in the butt. Frankly, I'm not surprised. Narcissists are like that. Harvey also threatened that I need to shut my ignorant little failed actor mouth because I was finished. Harvey also made derogatory remarks about my sexuality in this email, stating she was glad we had never dated because you are G and I'd have AIDS. Harvey frequently made threats of physical violence in her emails. In one email, for example, Harvey indicated she was headed to the gun shop to buy guns to shoot each other, and that if we get rid of Khan, everyone will sleep easy. This email referred to Sadiq Khan, a Labour Party politician who had recently been elected as the mayor of London and was the first Muslim to hold that position. Harvey also sent me emails discussing her plans to run for political office to displace Labour Party members, including claiming that she was on 4 short lists for seats in Parliament. Harvey also sent me emails describing her troubling interactions with others. For instance, she wrote, the way peers by the way Piers Gas, I guess has a great ASS, pinched it last night. Great ASS. Okay, you see Sue? Is Sue still in here? Yeah, because Sue was talking about this. She was saying that it was Piers Morgan, but I'm saying no. The email, see, it says 2014. Obviously, this is a different Piers. This is not Piers Morgan. It doesn't say Piers Morgan. It just says Piers. Now, is Piers a common name in the UK? Let's see. See if I... Okay. It doesn't say. Okay, it's not common. Okay. Okay, so it's not common. But it's also not like so rare. It's not like Piers Morgan's the only one with that name. So anyways, what I'm saying is Sue was saying earlier that she was talking about Piers Morgan here, but she's not talking about Piers Morgan. See, that's why when you make videos like this and talk about this stuff, you got to make sure you check your information correctly. Because that's how a lot of misinformation starts getting spread around. Which I understand, because at first I thought she was talking about Piers Morgan at first as well. So once I went over and saw it was in 2014 and it doesn't say Piers Morgan, I realized she was just talking about someone else. Yeah, see? There you go. Uh-oh. Harvey also regularly propositioned me with lewd and explicit language. For example, Harvey emailed me, I want to suck all day. Have you shag me and have a stab at this? And threatened me with an ultimatum demanding sex 3 times a night and twice in the morning. I just want to give you loads and loads of B to make you sleep. In another email, Harvey made sexual advances toward me while also making xenophobic remarks stating, I can't stand all the bloody in the streets this time of year. I did so much want to let you F my brains out. Well, that's a consistent thought. It just feels like she's just typing out whatever random thoughts come into her brain. Harvey sent numerous emails discussing my body. For example, on January 18th, she wrote that obviously miss your lovely bum and that it is the lovely it's bum. You still have a cute A though. I have been thinking a lot about your A. It's your best bit. You do have a great A, and if you invite son Guy back to your flat, he'll think it's Christmas. My sweetness, do I love your hair and your bum. And oh, Richard Gadd, your bum, your bum. You've got the best bum I've ever seen. Your bum, incidentally, is the best bum I've ever seen on a guy ever. And I've seen some nice bums. Cracking ass you have. Harvey sent me a photo of her student ID with an email stating, "This is me at 25. Well, you're not 25 anymore. Harvey sent me a photo of her underwear. Harvey sent me a photo of herself with an email stating, "See, I was sober before I went out." Harvey frequently described her menstrual cycle, breasts, pubic hair, and M habits in graphic detail. Harvey emailed me about her menstrual cycle stating, "I'm clotting badly. I think we can safely say I'm not menopausal, babe. This blood loss is excessive. Sounds gruesome, but I should have kept it all in a jar to show the doctor." Oh my goodness. "I had a lovely Christmas day, just pleasing myself." Harvey sent an email stating she was fed up with the highlight of my day being imming. I mean, I like imming. That she had emmed and looked at photos. Okay, I'm not. I think that's separate. But still, it's just not something you want to put together. Like I just said, she puts a lot of her thoughts in the same. So I'm thinking those are separate. Because people have been saying that she was imming to those photos. I don't think that's what she was saying. I think she was saying that she emmed and then afterwards was looking on the internet at photos of cute babies. That has to be what she was saying, even though we all know she does not articulate herself well. Because that's just wretched. You should not have anything like that. Harvey sent another graphic email about her menstruation cycle stating, "Heavy bleeding started Monday. My titties and tummy were looking 6 months pregnant last week." Oh, that's going to turn them on. Way to reel them in there, Fiona. I bet he was actually ringing your doorbell 5 minutes later when you texted that to him or emailed that or whatever. Harvey emailed me again about menstruating. "Worst feeling with sanitary towels, chafe v skin. I become allergic to tampons." "I've got to get the beat off the teat and belly. I piled it on because I used to walk at night, but my drug dealing neighbor next door keeps getting busted. I'd kick him out at him physically in a minute, but I can't risk an insult conviction. In fact, I effing killed the bee. I do have great nipples, though, I have to say. So I'm saying our emails don't even make sense. Harvey sent an email with the subject, your show, and wrote, I like the bit where Ben was kicking your arse with the back view of your arse was perfect. That's your best bit. Show is very funny. And that sent an email that said my show is very funny and that she was going to have a lie in but needed to M. Where's you and your C when I need it? It's in the exact same place it's been the entire time, far away from you. I don't know what she's acting as if she's like in an intimate relationship with him and that she's just calling him like he's out of town and he's not there to be there when she needs it. He's never been there. So I don't know why she's acting as if this is something new or something out of the ordinary. Harvey sent me an email speculating, I think you were assaulted and I'll tell you why. And including details she could have only observed from attending one of my performances. Harvey publicly tweeted about my play, Monkey See, Monkey Do. She stated she wouldn't believe a word that came out of my mouth about the abuse I suffered because she had bitter experiences with me. After years of enduring Harvey's stalking, harassment, abuse, and threats, I went to the police in February 2016. The police warned me that police intervention might exacerbate the situation and lead to further prolonged contact from her, and recommended that they refer Harvey to the appropriate mental health / community intervention team for support in this case. Okay, so there we go. Now, the question is, and that's what I talk about on the video, I'm covering Heather Burns's blog. I will have that posted after this video. I'll go ahead and put that up today. So I just finished that one yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and upload it right after I end this live stream. I'm going to post that video if you guys want to check that out. However, in the following months, I continued to receive hundreds of emails from Harvey. I reached back out to police to express my concern and reopen the harassment case. I attached an example of one of her emails stated, M, that should send you to sleep. I'm a wreck today. I've hit itchy pea hair. It's a it's a rash. Why would you say that? She is obviously not right mentally. Wow. I've wanted more sex in my 40s, had more sex and M'd more than in my 20s and 30s. In response, the police recommended that I block Harvey's email address for the time being and advised me to inform the Halley Arms that Harvey had been in contact with me again. Due to Harvey's frequent threatening visits to the pub, a first instant harassment warning letter has been issued against her. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Why was that not utilized earlier? Her listing the pub as the victim at the time, can't read that right, had been issued against her listing the pub as the victim at the time. Harvey obtained my phone number. This happened at a point when I was away on holiday in Croatia and had switched on the out-of-office function on my email account. The out-of-office reply contained my phone number. Once she obtained my phone number, Harvey began calling me and leaving hundreds of voicemail. Okay, now you know that's BS. Now, you all have seen the videos I made with her Facebook posts. Do you really think that Fiona would be the type of person who would just keep calling someone and leaving dozens and dozens of voicemails? Began calling me and leaving hundreds of voicemails. No way! Fiona wouldn't do that. She already went on Piers Morgan and said she wouldn't do that. You know she's telling the truth. I do not have a record of all the voicemails, but I have many hours of voicemails that are recorded and still have. The voicemails included graphic details about Harvey's sexual exploits, stories about catching STDs. Wow. So now she's talking about catching STDs. Threats to me, my family, my co-workers, and other victims of Harvey's stalking and harassment. That's what I'm saying. These voicemails are going to wreck her forever. She does not want those voicemails leaked. Is Sue still in here? Did she say that those voicemails are on this Pacer monitor? Can you get access? Huh. Okay, it doesn't say exhibit, so I don't think those are submitted on here. Fiona better hope they're not. Now, you all heard on this video I made, if you go to my channel, this one right here,
Printed out a photo.
I went over all these voice messages. Every one of these videos on here is a 21-second voice message. And I go over all of them on this video. So check that out if you haven't seen that yet. So my point is, these voice messages were bad enough. So we can only imagine how bad the ones she sent to Richard are. Over just a few days in September 2016, Harvey left me hours of voicemails. As soon as my voicemail box cut her off, she would immediately call back and leave another voicemail. During this string of voicemails, Harvey profusely insulted me, calling me a bipolar alcoholic, and claiming the whole of Glasgow hated me and had an ex to grind with me. She also made threats against my family, stating, "I know your family and they have enemies." Okay, see that right there? That's enough to get you arrested. That is a threat. I know your family and they have enemies. She claimed that she had a file on me. I'm so sure. And that a lot of people know about me. And threatened to sue me and threatened to sue Richard Gadd and shut down the Halley Arms. So the Halley Arms is going to get shut down because one of the bartenders there. I think it's more realistic that if Gadd was guilty of these things, he would simply be fired from the Halley Arms. He's not the owner of the Halley Arms. Why would the pub that he worked at? That's like saying if I worked at a restaurant and then it turns out that I had all these crimes I committed, the restaurant would get shut down. No, I would get fired and I'd get arrested. And the restaurant would go on resuming business as usual. So some of the things she says are, well, actually, pretty much all of the things she says are just so over the top and nonsensical. Harvey also threatened me not to tell the police about her voicemails and emails and said she had access to the police files. Okay. Wow, she is really connected. For someone who has not even taken a single photograph with someone else and having so many friends and connections of people in high places, she sure hasn't shown much materialize in reality. Stating that she had the power, threatened to sue me and shut down the Halley Arms, stating that she had the power to do so. Yeah, I'm so sure. She's so connected. Harvey also threatened me not, I read that, didn't I? Not to tell the police about her voicemails and said she had access to the police file. She claimed that undercover police officers, drug dealers, lawyers, and ex-lawyers were all after me and that the comedy industry hated my guts. Harvey threatened me with physical violence, stating she would smash my balls in, and made violent threats to my co-worker, stating that she is a C-sucking little W with no T's. She's a C-sucking Spanish W who shouldn't even be in the country. Okay, well, that has a lot to do with it. Her nationality is the biggest point to make here. So glad she pointed out that the woman was Spanish. And threatening to take a heap of guys that would have actually gone right through her, who were professional guys that would have hit her and threatened to have her deported. Okay. Yeah, where are these people, Fiona? Where are all these friends in high places you have? She also referenced petering someone up to A and peeling off their, that is vile. Peeling off their toenails, which is a form of torture. She's sick, man. This is vile. This is grotesque. Threatening to torture someone. And repeated, if I want you dead, you are effing dead. Multiple times in these messages, and stated, if I hadn't been a lawyer, I would have smashed somebody's face in. Okay, well, you're not a lawyer, and you're still not smashing anyone's face in. In 2016, I emailed the police informing them, no, Richard, don't do that. She's connected with the police. She knows the chief. She knows everyone. You just signed your own death wish, Richard. Why did you do that? Oh, man. She's in too deep, Gadd. You're a dead man. Do you know who you're dealing with? You're dealing with Fiona Harvey. She is the police. She is the judge, jury, and executioner. If she says you're dead, Gadd, you're effing dead. I can't believe he had the audacity to email the police. Well, she gave him a warning. She's going to get all her friends in high places all over Richard Gadd. I also prepared a document outline. Oh my goodness, Richard, you are cooked. Your goose is cooked, brother. You should not have provoked Fiona like this. She was trying to be nice. This is how you repay her leniency. I also prepared a document outlining the particularly threatening, aggressive moments from the voicemails for the police. I then coordinated with the police to hand off an SD card with the voicemail. Attached is a true and correct copy email thread between me and the police. Harvey left me another string of voicemails during which she claimed to have information on my family. Man, Fiona is just so deeply connected. She's got information on everybody. Information on my family, and once again warned me not to speak to the police, stating she was so angry at me, shouting my mouth off. In this voicemail, Harvey claimed to know 100,000. Harvey knows 100,000 lawyers and threatened me. You're not as bright as you think you are. I'm 25,000 steps ahead of you. You're not as bright as you think you are. I'm 25,000 steps ahead of you. She stated she would create World War III over a sketch, referencing my comedy shows. She also went into explicit detail about her sex life and again insulted the same coworker, claiming to have reported her to immigration law and maybe that's, I would say that'd be good to deport her, but if you deported her, then that city's going to have to deal with her. Have reported her to immigration law and threatening that she would have stopped her from obtaining employment anywhere in the country. Harvey admitted I'm a racist and that she wanted to boot all P's out of the country. I followed up with the police and sent another email. In addition to the emails previously referenced, I also attached emails in which Harvey threateningly stated, your place of work was allegedly raided by several agencies last Saturday. A little birdie told me. And just for the record, I have multiple... What? I wasn't expecting that word to pop up. I did not think that was the next line. As my eyes scrolled and then looked to the front of the next line, I did not think that word was the next. And just for the I thought she was going to say like multiple connections or something. But no, she said I have multiple O's because I trained my men up sexually. I also included examples of Harvey's hate speech, including an email stating, from now on, do call folks ours, particularly if in the Labor Party is start raving H's or C's, I'm right behind you. I just hate Catholics, poofers, etc. And I'm a racist. Apart from that, I'm a really sweet, wee, girly, good at said X. In other emails, Harvey stated, if I get one more peek at a so-called feminist, gay or ethnic minority folk, I'll blow my top. Oh, I'm gay, I'm black and black. Oh, I'm a Muslim. Poor me. Oh, I'm trying to be a pretend feminist. Poor me. And London, very dangerous. All these. I told you we're nothing but trouble. Harvey left me another string of lengthy voicemails which contained violently racist rhetoric for several minutes, stating, I want all those foreigners out! Far too many foreigners coming in! If that sounds racist, too bad! During this voicemail, Harvey references that she has been calling me with no caller ID, thereby revealing that she knew I had blocked her phone number, but persisted in calling me nonetheless. Harvey admitted to sending me her underwear and states, I have had mad stalkers too. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure Fiona's got so many stalkers. She once again went into detail about her sex life, her P hair and M, and warned me to get checked. That doesn't make sense. She's detailing about her sexual life. Wait a second. Warned me to get checked for sexual disease? Is Fiona implying that because of all the partners that she has had, that Gadd needs to get checked because they've been intimate and he may have caught something from her? Well, that makes a lot of sense. This woman is off her rocker. She really is the gift that keeps on giving. This is crazy. Harvey left me another threatening. No, stop lying. Stop lying, Richard. She didn't send that many voicemails. She already said on Piers Morgan, she only sent you like maybe 5 or 6 messages at the most. And it was just playful banter. So obviously you're lying. We all know she's telling the truth and that you were sitting around all night exchanging friendly banter with her over email. I cannot express how angry I am at the way you set me up. I know about you and your family. Stay in effing Croatia. And this is really my final word. I bloody mean it this time. I think you've got psychiatric problems, but I think it's made up and caused by drugs. F off. Yeah, absolutely. F off. Yeah. She also claimed, I have information you don't need to know, I know, about you and your family. Yeah. I'm sorry. If somebody's doing that, there's going to be a problem. She really is lucky that Gadd is like a nice guy. Overly nice. Nicer than me. I think nicer than the average person. She's lucky she hadn't been beaten, like really been mangled by somebody. Because she seems like she keeps doing this to like timid people who kind of cower to her. But sometimes you come across someone and they're quiet and you think that they're timid and that maybe they cower, and then all of a sudden they rise up. And once they lock eyes with you, you realize you done effed up because there's a mistake. And you're about to be on the receiving end of a brutal beating. So you need to be careful about who you start mouthing off at. I emailed the police again with a list of the most intense parts of the voicemails and coordinated with the police to drop off a pen drive with all the information regarding Fiona Harvey on it, including the voicemail recordings. By this time, Harvey's harassment had been plaguing my life for over 2 years. I was fearful. I continually changed my daily routines to try to avoid her and would not spend time in parts of London I knew Harvey frequented. Indeed, I am still apprehensive about going to certain parts of London because of her. I could not sleep. When I did sleep, I would wake up in the night sweating. I spent countless weekends noting down Harvey's threatening voicemails. I was panicked and paranoid. I was terrified about getting on tubes and buses for fear of seeing her. I genuinely was worried that she might harm me or my parents especially. See, no one should have to deal with that. That's why the police should have intervened a lot sooner. This guy is literally afraid, not only for himself, but his parents. And his parents are elderly. So no, that is really messed up. And like I said, I'm going to have this video posted today when I went over to Heather Burns' blog post. And she talks about it. She talked about how vile Fiona was in the mental facility. And there's someone else, another tweet of someone that's talking about Fiona that I put on that video as well. This is just vile. I don't understand how in this day and age, how someone can get away with this kind of stuff. The amount of stress that takes a toll on your body, especially if you're already dealing with a health ailment. And obviously, as you know, as we get older, stress becomes more intense. Like, stress is bad enough when you're in your 20s, but imagine how much more intense stress is on your body when you're in your 50s and 60s. So even if she never actually did physically confront his parents, the threat is still there, and that threat is stressful, and that puts a toll on your body. So she is actually harming them just by the threat. That's why I don't understand how the police does not take this into consideration. It's like, no, you have to wait till you actually go and, I don't know, hit someone over the head with a baseball bat or something before the police will do something. If you threaten someone, that should be a crime in itself. Of course, the sentencing is not going to be as much as if someone who actually did it, but still. Hey, hang on, I hear someone at my door. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. There's a knock at my door. I hope it's not Fiona. All right. Like, good news. It wasn't. I'm back. Stop spreading misinformation. I'm not dead. Uh-oh. Oh no. It was Jen. All right. Hey, look at that. We're on page 16. We're almost done. Wow. I can't. I can't get in there. She cut me off. Yeah, you know that she's in there and that she is under different accounts under was it Neil Harding? Was that the name? I think all those people in there who are supporting her, I think all of those are her accounts. I think that's all she does all day is sit there and write in the comment section of that supporter group. Because she kicked me out of there after I posted the videos. And then I went under another name and she figured out it was me. And I got a comment back when I put a request to come in there. And it said, I don't think so. I'm nearly positive that was her. You said the files are in there, though? Okay. So if I can't get in there, no, it's a public group. Yeah, but I got banned. So, yeah, you can have a public group, but you can still ban somebody. And I think, yeah, I have to check on that. I don't think I can get in there. Which one is it? Is it the the supporters group? Yeah. I can't get in there. I think there's one that I am in Gadd versus Harvey. Yeah, right. I think so too. I think it's just her. Yeah, I need to figure out how to get these. Yeah, if I get the emails, then I'll read them off on a video. I've still got more of her Facebook. Those last two videos I did was May 1st and then May 2nd. So I've got May. Actually, the May 3rd's a lot shorter. Probably do multiple days on the next video. Yeah, I did. She figured it out. Is it in there? I think I'm in there. I'm checking now. Hang on. Okay, yeah. The first thing I see is you posted a link to this live stream. Yeah, I'm in there. So are you saying in here? The links are in here? Okay, see, I see this. She's into babies. See, that's gonna hang on, let me come on. Sue, can I access those files in this group, the Gadd versus Harvey group? I'm in that one. Okay, can you put the files in that group? Because I can look at that a little later. Okay, let me check that. Okay. I'm typing you a message. Okay, I just sent you a message on there. So there you go. You can. Okay, well, let me go ahead and go through this. Okay. Get this out of the way. By this time, Harvey's harassment has been plaguing my life for over 2 years. I was fearful. I continually changed my daily routines to try to avoid her. It would not spend. Oh, I looked at all that. All right, I just got your message. I'll check that out in a little bit. The effect of all Harvey's actions was enormous. It was exhausting and extremely upsetting to deal with her constant personal interactions in the Halley Arms, her following me around London, including near where I lived, and her relentless and deeply unpleasant communications. As I explained above, I was frightened about what she might be capable of, given the progressive hostility and escalation in her communications and volume of her conduct. After many months of speaking to the police, I eventually obtained a first instant harassment warning against Harvey. This is what I don't understand. Why did it take many months? It should have been instantly. The minute you went up there and talked about this, there should have been a first instant warning sent out to her right then and there. After I obtained that warning, the emails and voicemails stopped. Well, there you go. Didn't she say that about with Laura? Didn't Laura Ray also say that? So obviously Fiona is not so crazy to continue doing this once she has a restraining order against her. But her behavior did not stop completely. For example, Harvey sent me another handwritten letter along with some underpants. The letter stated, "You've not unblocked your email, so I've not checked my emails. Here are some lucky underpants." Listen, you are not checking my emails, so I'm just going to mail you my panties. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's a completely rational, insane person. The outside of the envelope claimed, if you unblocked your email, you would see I've sent you good wishes. Oh. Well, that was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Problem solved. Why didn't Richard Gadd just say that in the first place? If he would have just unblocked his email, he would have seen that she sent him good wishes, and this whole thing would have been over. Man, Richard Gadd is the troublemaker. He just wants attention. Boy, what an easy solution this was. Throughout my in-person interactions with Harvey, I asked her on a number of occasions to stop engaging in unwanted behavior towards me. I asked Harvey to stop attending my gigs, to refrain from making advances towards me, and to stop speaking to customers about me, but it was like trying to reason with someone who knew no bounds. I did not change my number because I strongly felt that it was up to her to stop calling, and that it was morally wrong of me to change my number based on someone harassing me. I felt it was up to her to adjust her behavior around me as the instigator and aggressor in the situation. Well, I agree with what he's saying, but unfortunately, you can't just expect someone like that to stop just because it's the right thing to do. So unfortunately, sometimes you might have to change your number. Hang on, I got email myself. Okay, someone just sent me an email with some information. Let me go ahead and finish this first. Okay. Overall, it was an incredibly stressful and worrying time with a sustained period of relentless behavior taking place over several years. It is impossible to be exhaustive in setting out all of Harvey's conduct, as there were so many instances of unwelcome personal interaction and attempts to engage, as well as deeply troubling communication. However, the above provides a microcosm of the sheer scale of her targeted harassment towards me. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. What do you have, like 3 more pages? Okay. Knowledge of other victims harassed by Harvey. I am also aware that Harvey has stalked and harassed other individuals and had violent fantasies about others. For example, Harvey stated, I really wish my FG sister, I really wish my FG sister would drop dead. I'll have her FG 2-bit fat sack lawyer struck off. Not an easy thing to do in Scotland. Harvey sent an email that stated, sister and lawyer still being pains. I'll need to disappear them. Yeah, apparently Fiona is delusional and thinks she has a little more power than she actually has. She acts like she's a mafia boss. Yeah, I'm going to have them disappeared. Harvey sent me an email threatening to shut down an estate planning attorney's firm because she has pushed me too far. Okay. Fiona's just going to shut everyone down. No one is safe from Fiona. Harvey also sent me multiple emails detailing her harassment, Jimmy and Laura Ray. Harvey stated that she had been done over by the Rays, and she and others allegedly done over had hired private detectives in our law firms, hence I was called a stalker. Harvey also detailed alleged blackmail she had against Labor Party members. Harvey sent me an email stating, it was me who called police to Ray and Walker. I had no choice. So Laura gets a restraining order or whatever. So Fiona's logical response is, well, I need to call the police and tell them that she's beating her disabled child. Yeah, that's what every normal person would do in a situation like that. Just make up lie. See, why wasn't she arrested for lying to the authorities? When you lie about something like that, you should be arrested. How does she get away with that? The police are useless. I was stopped and they searched my house. Wow. I later became aware that the Rays had obtained some form of restraining order against Harvey. Page 18. Okay, I think I'm down to okay, I'm almost done. All right. Harvey also routinely referenced Jimmy and Laura Ray in her voicemails to me. Harvey admitted that she told Jimmy Ray she would wring his bloody neck and that he had reported this as a death threat. She also stated that she would finish her book on the labor. Yeah, she's been talking all about these books for decades now. All these books that she's going to write. What an author. And she doesn't have time to write a book. She's too busy writing Facebook posts. If she would stop writing her Facebook posts, maybe she could write a book. Hey, she could actually just combine all of her Facebook posts, and that would be a book. All those posts that I screenshot, I could compile that together and make a novel. Maybe I could be a best-selling author. She also stated that she would finish her book. I just said that. This was particularly concerning to me because a few months prior, a Labor MP was fatally. I feared for my life around Harvey at this point, with Harvey acutely aware that I was scared of her. This enough should be enough to have this case thrown out. That alone, this guy, I feared for my life around Harvey at this point. And she knew it, and she didn't care. In addition to the raise, Harvey also made threatening and violent comments about a conservative counselor in her voicemails and emails, claiming they called her frequently and that he owed her money. Oh, yeah, I'm so sure. What service did she provide that someone's going to pay her for? She has seemingly done absolutely nothing to earn money. What work has she done? I mean, if posting on Facebook was a job, then she'd be rich. But based on the voicemails and emails I received from Harvey, I believe that she also stalked and harassed Blank. Harvey comes forward. Throughout the process of writing the Baby Reindeer play and the series, I intentionally did not refer to Harvey by name in any way. When viewers began speculating about the real-life inspirations for various characters, I urged them to stop. My Instagram story, April 23rd, in which I urged viewers to stop speculating. I never intended the series to identify any real person as Martha Scott, including Harvey. Martha Scott is not Fiona Harvey. Like all characters in the series, Martha is a fictional character with fictional personality traits that are very different from Harvey's. Harvey identified herself to the press as Martha after 3 or 4 other people previously have been falsely identified as Martha by... Okay, Harvey identified herself to the press as Martha after 3 or 4 other people previously had been falsely identified as Martha by members of the public. That's huge, because Fiona's like, wait a second. No. They're not getting credit. I need to get credit. Just like a narcissist always wants credit. I was surprised that Harvey appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Though I have only watched certain segments, I understand she claimed that she was the inspiration for the Martha character, and that she never sent me thousands of emails nor left me any voicemails. She harassed and stalked me over several years, and since her interview, other individuals have contacted me through my agents and publicists and said they were also harassed by Harvey, but all were too scared of her to come forward. Well, they need to come forward. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct. Richard Gadd. Wow, that is very eye-opening, and it's only the beginning. It's only going to get worse at this point. I'm just going over the comments now. That was my first thought, is that this lawyer, after this comes out, is going to want to just drop the case, throw the case out and not take her on as a client because there's going to be so much bad publicity. But then I started thinking, no, I think this guy has that mindset that any publicity, even bad publicity, is good for business, and that he feels there's a loophole where he's going to be able to get paid because I believe he's going to cling on to this lawsuit because this is a huge lawsuit. I mean, you don't have a lot of lawsuits where you stand to sue for, over $100 million. That's out of the ordinary. So that's why I just don't think he's going to drop it. He probably feels like if he wins this case, he could retire. So if he could get millions of dollars and then go retire and live somewhere, he's not really going to care if a few people on the internet say it was sleazy to represent her. Huh. Okay. We'll see, because this seems to be pretty good evidence. He will be. That's what I just said. I don't think he cares though. If there's a legal loophole, like I said on that video, I believe their whole strategy is to put up a brave front and try to scare Netflix into settling. That's what I think. And I think Richard Roth believes Netflix may settle. Of course, I don't know. Yep, I think so. They're probably like, WTF. WTF, Fiona. Well, I still wasn't convicted, so it's okay. I still have a lawsuit. I should still get paid $170 million. Who wouldn't want to pay me that? She shouldn't get jack. She's lucky she's not arrested. Yeah, if I was her, I would stay out of the public. It's like Richard just said, people were falsely identifying other people. If I was her, I'd be relieved and be like, oh, good, they think it's someone else. And I would keep my mouth shut. Yep. If they do, that'll be. I could see this being the biggest trial since like the OJ trial. And that was in like 94, 95. It would definitely be like the biggest. If this actually went to a trial and then they had to start like publicly putting this out, like playing those voicemails, and it was televised, that would definitely be one of the biggest lawsuits of our lifetime. They probably will, because they know everybody stands to benefit. The Piers Morgans, the journalists who will broadcast it and analyze it to every little detail. And now, in this modern time, you've got YouTubers who are going to cover it as well, just like what I'm doing right now. So you're going to have a slew of YouTubers covering it. You're going to have the press covering it. It'll be everywhere. It'll be a media circus. I believe that. I think it would be bigger. Hey, I'll be right there. I'll pay $20 for a month to catch that. I think most people would. Oh my goodness, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember that. So many Facebook posts. Hang on one second. Okay, I just posted the video. I just posted a new video. I just went ahead and put it up. Yep. Unfortunately, they do that a lot, though. That's why they talk about how sleazy lawyers are, because they will defend guilty people for money. I mean, an attorney, it should be like an honorable position. But there's so much corruption and legal loopholes, and there's ways people can make more money. And unfortunately, it's usually defending someone that's guilty, defending a horrible person. So I'm sure Richard Roth doesn't really care about that. I mean, that's a lawyer's job, is to give someone a trial. Lawyers are not there to judge the person. They're there to represent them. And that's what they do. Yep. Yep. Okay, so it seems that go to my that Ben has a video cut. Yep. He's starting up in about 5 minutes. I don't know if he made a video or if he's actually doing a live like I'm doing. But that starts in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Then you guys can head over there if you want to. Tell him to do her accent. Let's see, can he do a better Fiona Harvey accent than me? I saw he did a live yesterday where he was going over my videos, and he had like 211 viewers. And as you see, like here, I've got 54 viewers. How does he have like 4 times the amount of viewers as I do when he's going over my videos? Which I don't have a problem with him going over my videos, because I mean, he, tells the audience that it's my channel. I just don't understand how he's getting so many more views than I am. Does anybody have any idea? Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't have a problem with him using the content. I just don't know how he's getting so many more views than I am. It's like I'll put up a video and get like 10,000 views. Then he takes my video and talks about it and gets like 50,000. I'm like, how is he taking the same content and getting so many more views? I'm like, where are all those viewers watching my videos on his channel? Where are they when I'm doing live streams? Like here, like I'm at 53. Watch, he's going to be at like 200 or 300. Well, I don't think he waited till I was done today because this has been up before I even started his live stream. And I actually did mine before that and said I'll just cut it off around when he starts or whatever. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this. You guys going to go over there? I'll probably go over there too. Maybe I'll chat with you guys over there. Cool. Good to know. Yeah, I don't usually do it too often because it's not usually like any breaking news. But when there is breaking news, and I'll do a live stream and make some videos. I've just been waiting like everyone else. But I think this thing's going to wrap up soon. I can't see this dragging out much longer with all this information coming out. I don't think this is going to go to trial. If it does, I mean, it'll make for a lot of interesting content. But honestly, it should just get tossed. It should get thrown out. But like I said, there could be legal loopholes. So, all right, y'all. He's about to start his, so I'll go ahead and wrap mine up. And I just put a new video up, so go ahead and check that out after Ben's live stream. Go back and check out my new video. And I'll see you guys on my channel, and I'll try to do another live stream maybe later in the week or next week when I have some more information. And I'll probably have another video or two up also. See you guys later.